this is not exactly a motorcycle. I am on my way home from Knoxville. Went up there to get a new helmet because the one I've got is falling apart, and my tax return finally came in. I will. You. There's been it's been like a couple of weeks since I was able to put a video up. First off, I want to say I had a fourth part for the little series that I had running. I decided not to put up because it got a little bit too personal. And I'm not setting out to attack anybody directly. In that sense, it's more of a let's try to get the truth out there and see what actually happened and get both sides out type of deal. So there were some things I went into a little bit too much detail about that I'm not even going to mention now. And I just decided that it was better to not air the last video, which most of you know I almost never censor myself, but that one just seemed a little bit too far. The main reason why I am not on a bike right now, aside from the fact that it's 105 miles of interstate, what fun. By the way, it's sad when I could spend $40 in gas and 3 hours and save $100 versus buying a helmet in town. And I bought a new visor too, and these fuckers ain't cheap. That's almost $100. All of this shit added up is still cheaper than going to either of the only two places in Chattanooga that I know of where I could buy a helmet. That specific helmet anyway. So anyway, other than all that, the VFR was actually stolen about 2.5 weeks ago now. It was, let's see, today's Saturday. It happened on like Wednesday night, I think. Being unemployed fucks with my internal clock. I don't know if it was a Wednesday night or a Tuesday night, but it happened overnight or during the afternoon the following day, because there was one day, it was either Wednesday or Thursday, where I got home at like 7 o'clock in the evening the night before, and I didn't leave until 7 o'clock in the evening the next day. I just laid around the house, basically. Which made an interesting discussion with the insurance company, let me tell you. But I got the police report filed. They're looking for it. They're probably not going to find it. It's already been 2 weeks. I'm not real hopeful. I've got the insurance thing filed, the claim. It is covered. It's just a question of proving that it's not fraud, which really shouldn't be a big issue. And frankly, the insurance company is going to wait a little while to see if the police find it. But all that's in the works. In fact, I kind of have a pretty good idea what I'm going to get for it, or what I should get for it anyway, and I know how the insurance company works, so I'm fairly, what's the word? Confident. I'm fairly confident that I'm correct, or at least in the right ballpark, right? I've got my itemized list of accessories, all the ones that I can prove that I had anyway. There's a few that I can't, but whatever. Which makes for a good note. Anytime you do something to your car or motorcycle, if it's going to be covered by insurance, such as accessories, keep the receipts and photograph that shit. That's the only way, if something happens and the vehicle gets stolen, the only way you can prove that you put a $100 windshield on your bike is if you have a photograph of the damn thing. Or you can at least say, here's the receipt where I bought it. And they might not want to honor that because there's no guarantee that it was actually on the bike, So, keep that in mind. But, I am confident enough in what I think I'm going to get for it that I have already bought another bike, and it is a little bit different from a VFR. Actually, it's a lot different in some respects. It's going to be a little while before you see any videos from it. It'll probably be 2 or 3 weeks because I need to get to know the bike before I start trying to shoot video on it. You know what I mean? It's you, riding has to be second nature in order for you to be able to do this relatively safely. And there's some issues with the way that bike handles and rides that I'm just not quite comfortable with it yet. And frankly, I don't know when I will be, but it'll happen. Should take more than a week or so, depending on how much it gets to ride. So, be patient. There's some new stuff coming along, and I've got a little mini meetup with a couple of friends that will probably be the beginning of the new videos from the new bike. That's coming up in about a week and a half. Actually, it's a week from today, now that I think about it. But, you know, editing takes a little while. So, yeah, just be patient. I'll have some more stuff coming pretty soon.